Ugh, I'm gonna fail. Let me give you a crash course. Okay, adjusting entries is a process that follows an accrual basis. Specifically, it's entries made in the journal to record revenues that have been received but not earned and expenses that have been incurred but not recorded. Oh, right, okay, like the business's cash account. No, adjusting entries never deals with this because the transaction has always already occurred or is yet to occur. This is starting to make sense. What about this stuff about deferred revenue and expenses? Deferred revenue is when an entity receives a payment before they've supplied a service. Oh, so they receive the cash but can't record it as a revenue. That's right, it's recorded as a liability. Think of it like this. A house painting company receives $500 to paint one room of each house over 5 months. They received this on the 1st of April, thus the original journal would look like this. Because the company is yet to complete the service, they cannot record it as revenue, but instead as a liability for the month of April. However, for the accounting period ending on the 30th of June, this is what the adjusted entry would look like. Oh, and as the date changes, the amount changes. Yep, but we have a bit more. Accrued revenue. This is when the entity receives cash following the earning of revenue. An example of this would be if a DJ performs a service on the 2nd of June for $200 and bills her customers on the 10th and then receives payment on the 15th. The original entry would look like this, and once paid, the adjusted entry would look like this. Why do I have a feeling there's more? Well, that's it for revenue, but there's also expenses. Oh gosh. Deferred expenses occur when a business has undergone paying for an asset before usage. Think of the painting company and if they were to insure their workers for $10,000 over 5 months. The original journal entry would look like this, and for the accounting period ending on the 31st of May, like this. Finally, accrued expense is when the cash is paid after the expense has been incurred. Let's say the DJ's company incurs an $100 electricity expense for the month of June but doesn't pay it until the end of July. The original journal entry would look like this, but on the 31st of July, once paid, it would change to this. The main purpose of adjusting entries has been summarized in a chart below. However, the most important aspect is the fact that adjusting entries helps to clarify issues that often arise due to timing issues between. I passed!